Lost it all, I look back at all the memories. Miss you most, without you I have no energy. Can't control all my thoughts, they eat away at me. I can't run. Lost it all, I look back at all the memories. Miss you most, without you I have no energy. Can't control all my thoughts, they eat away at me. I can't run. I'm cold, so much has been untold. Let the story unfold, I don't wanna fall down again. I'm through, I don't wanna hurt you. Can you tell me the truth? I can't do this all again. Can you make it okay? I don't know if you can save me now. I might flow away, I'm too high up on my lonely cloud. Gone too far today, you can find me in the lost and found. Please just stay away, you're the only thing I care about. Lost it all, I look back at all the memories. Miss you most, without you I have no energy. Can't control all my thoughts, they eat away at me. I can't run. Lost it all, I look back at all the memories. Miss you most, without you I have no energy. Can't control all my thoughts, they eat away at me. I can't run. Take my heart every day and then go. It's my fault cause I can't let you go. I was good when you leave, I feel low. Up at night thinking about if you'll go. Take my heart every day and then go. It's my fault cause I can't let you go. I was good when you leave, I feel low. Up at night thinking about if you'll go. Up all night, drunk and high, wasting all my time till I see your eyes. Wanna stay by you cause you are my life. Pushing through it all till I reach the sky. Running circles in my head, I get scared I'm about to lose it all. Lost a piece of me, I don't know the fame could make me old. I feel alone, all my fears are going to control. Do you really care?
What is up? What is up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Let's see, we have some playback coming from somewhere. There we go. All right. So we have two $500 Pro RTFFC. This was called the Invitation League. Two drafts going at one time here. Should be some interesting stuff. So we'll go through the teams real quick on each one. All right, so the draft on your left side of your screen, we have Major Trouble, the Polish Eagle. Looks like Schrader's in there. Chad, not sure if that's true or not. Invitational number 4, Toe Job, Irish, GMP Invitational, Black 23, CC Dominant, Blindside Block, Nibiru, RTC, and Mizu Ra. Alright, so that's on your right side. On your left side, we have Bombers Invite, Malers, Max Value, Invited to Donna, RTFFC Invitation, Out for Lunch, Pancake, Stats, Chicago Wolverine, The Sweet 828. I have no idea how to pronounce this one here. Hot Scob, I'm not sure what the name of that team is, and Adam Warlock. And this is really cool because you can kind of see both drafts at the same time. We can kind of see what strategies each draft here goes for. You can already see some different types of picks in the first round. Let's see, it's gonna be hard for me to see everything. Trying to think the best way to do it. What's up, B? What's up, B Sizzle? What's going on, brother? What's up, Jay Beezy? All right, if you're in the chat, guys, let me know. If you're in the chat, let me know. If you're playing in this invitation, if you're in the chat, good luck to you, and let me know. Let me know which team you are in the chat if you want to. I know a lot of these guys like to keep things hidden. But really cool to see both of these draft boards up. These are both similar. They're both the same tournament that we're playing in. I'm actually in this tournament too. This was it's 6 leagues of 12 teams each, 72 teams total, $500 per entry. And of course, you'll have league prizes for your individual 12 team league that you're in. And then there's a championship side to this too. The last 3 weeks of the season, and we'll be playing for $17,500. Is going to be the top overall prize. So we're definitely playing for some hard cold cash here. The draft that I am in is going to be Friday. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream the one that I'm in so I can focus on my draft. But maybe Jeff Power he can do that one, or if he can't, I mean, I still possibly might stream it. I'm not sure yet. I just have to think about it. All right, though, as you can see, we got both boards going here. Both drafts are actually really close to each other right now. We're headed into the third round. I'm not going to talk too much about the players right now until we get a little bit deeper. I don't want to accidentally slip up and say something that's on one and not the other, and I'm just trying to do right by the players. But you guys are more than welcome to talk about stuff in the chat, whatever you guys want to hear. Prayers go out to Brian Robinson, who was apparently shot multiple times. Thank God it's not life threatening or anything. I mean, literally just won the RB1 position for the Commanders, and just heartbreaking news that he's actually been shot multiple times, but he is stable. So that's good news to report, and prayers for him for fast healing and all that stuff. It's just world is so crazy out there, I tell you. Thank goodness he's okay. But that'll be speaking of, that will be the one player that I was going to talk about. So do what you need to do as far as that goes. Let me know how your drafts have been going for you guys. Basil, do you how many leagues do you play in each year? Yeah, for real, Jay. I mean, it's just such crazy news. The last preseason game is about to wrap up over there on CBS. I think that's the very last one. I don't think there's any tomorrow night. I think that's the last preseason game for 2022. They'll have one off week next weekend, before they start the regular season. So we are getting super close, man. We are getting super close to the real deal. Jay, I don't know if you've even seen these new ones. I know you know what the RTFFC is. Those are like the regular ones where you have non-starters. But this one here, it's similar tournament. It's just it's more, the price is a little more, and on top of that, it's the same roster requirement starting lineup as a TFC, which makes me just totally love it. The payout percentages for this league here are just absolutely amazing compared to other stuff or some of the other bigger tournaments. You get a little more bang for your buck on these, and I mean, I think the pro is gonna really take over. I'm hoping that someone, I think me and Smash or me and somebody we were talking about this the other night in the chat. I'm hoping that RT, I'm hoping that they'll offer this pro at a $250 price point next year, instead of just making these 500, because I'd really love to play, and I honestly think they would sell. I mean, there's no telling how many colors of these they would sell. Tons, I think. If they allow the 250 per price point on these versus the 500. But I do understand too that that could just wipe out the regular one. But I don't know. Some people still like the to draft without the double flex. They'd rather just have the non-starters, two running backs, two wide receivers, two flex. But anyways, starting requirements for these leagues here are you have one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, two flex, one tight end, one kicker, and one team defense. So 10 starters each week. So these are a little bit deeper drafts. And as you see on the board here, these are 20 round drafts. So it's kind of double the rounds of how many players you're going to start. Excuse me, sorry about that. But again, really cool here to see these boards. I mean, these guys and gals are going at it. Wow, you can see in one draft, Mike Williams went was that 3.8 on your left, and then Mike Williams went 4.1 on your right side. Some really different. Let's compare the first rounds. We can talk about those now. Those players have been gone. All right, so pretty similar on both. You got Taylor, Cup, McCaffrey, and Eckler on both boards. Are your, let me see here, Taylor, Cup, McCaffrey, Eckler, and Jefferson. Yes, Taylor, Cup, McCaffrey, Eckler, Jefferson. They're both switched around in different spots right there. But both same first five picks. Just in different spots right there. Then we have Najee Harris to Dalvin Cook. Jamar Chase went in the exact same spot on both drafts. Then it looks like we have, or actually I'm one spot off, aren't I? Let's see. Let me see here. No, I was right. Okay. Then you got Dalvin Cook to Saquon Barkley, DeAndre Swift to Stephon Diggs. Derrick Henry went in the same exact on both. You got Alvin Kamara versus Najee Harris. And you have Joe Mixon versus DeAndre Swift. Going into the second round, you got Stephon Diggs versus Javonte Williams. Devontae Adams versus Fournette. Barkley versus Mixon. Adams versus Aaron Jones. Javonte Williams versus Kamara. Leonard Fournette versus Kelsey. Debo versus Chubb. Debo versus CeeDee Lamb. Let's see, we got Tyreek Hill going to the same spot in both drafts. James Conner versus Aaron Jones. Mark Andrews versus Kelsey. And Nick Chubb versus CeeDee Lamb. And we'll kind of stop right there for a little bit. If you're in the chat, drop some comments. Let me know if you guys want to talk about anything fantasy football related. If you guys have any questions, let's try to get some chatter out there. Try to pick each other's brains to see what's going on. Let's see here. Again, these are 20 round drafts. This is the Fantasy Cure. This show is brought to you by Real Time Fantasy Sports and Draft Hero. All right, both drafts moving along fairly well. We are starting the 5th round on your right side. On the left side, we are finishing up the 4th round. Pretty cool stuff going right here. What's up, Brooklyn? Brooklyn said, these are professional drafters. Hey, Jay, if you don't mind, can you shoot out a tweet about that the show's going and everything, and just and put the YouTube link over there on Twitter, and if you don't mind, tag me in that Twitter, um and also tag at RT. I think it's RTF News. It's the account that I always send to or tag in my posts as well on Twitter. Thanks, Jay. I appreciate that, buddy. All right, let's we're in the we're in the 5th round. We're almost in the 5th round on both drafts here. The one on the left's going a little bit slower. These drafts both went at the same exact time. There was actually the first 2 of these 6 leagues that will be drafted was last night. I wasn't able to get on to stream those last night, so I do wish I would have been able to do that, but already kind of had some plans. But hey, we're here tonight, and I've got both boards going right here for you. I really hope you guys enjoy that pop up feature that tells the picks as they're being made too. It kind of pops up the player's name. I actually didn't know that was there until Chris was in one of the streams and he told me about that. I think it's really cool though because it kind of enhances the pick for each board there. It just makes it look real cool to me. Really cool feature though. Really cool feature. All right. We are now both in the 5th round. Man, these guys and gals are battling it out. Let me see here. Let me text some people, let them know we're live. Um, I don't know. I don't know. Brooklyn, possibly. I tell you, I'm not gonna mention his name, but he's been rising up. He really has. I'm not sure. I mean, I would think that there was a possibility, but I honestly don't know. And he's kind of moved up a lot of people's boards. I mean, me personally, I don't have him quite. I wouldn't have him quite that high above some of those other guys there, but I'm definitely feeling that pick for sure. I'll tell you that. Or the player, not necessarily the pick. Give a shout out to my buddy Lee. I know that she's watching too. No, that's what I'm saying, Brooklyn. Not necessarily not necessarily that position. I agree with you there. Yes, the stack exactly. Exactly. Wow. Man, Damien Pierce has flown up the boards. Damien Pierce goes in both of these drafts in the 5th round. I'm not sure what I think about that right this minute. Some really good teams being drafted right now. I mean, these guys and gals are really going at it here. I mean, damn. You got some teams that are. I mean, it's a really good mix of different strategies. How you doing, buddy? How you doing, Lee? All right, let's see here. I mean, it's really cool when you watch two of these at the same time. I mean, it's a really cool comparison. I really like this a lot. I'm glad we're able to do this tonight. Very cool. All right, there's a player that I'm okay, Jay asked, which team do you think is off to the best start in each league in your opinion? Yeah, that's for the chat too. The good question, Jay. So Jay posts, Jay, I need to give you some admin rights too, so you could like pin messages or something until they answer it or something. I'll work on that tonight so you can post some stuff too. For you guys that don't know, Jay is kind of like my mod for the chat. Um, So if you guys ever need some help with anything too, he's gonna usually be around too for the chats and stuff like that. And other things too as we get going forward. So if you guys ever need anything too, he's always here to help out too. Watching some football and drafts. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so that other player went off. So tell me which teams do you think are off to the best start, and I'll tell mine as well. Just want to hit on something real quick because he's gone on both boards. I did a fantasy championship earlier today, guys. I got George Kittle almost in the freaking 8th round. I almost fainted at my desk because I honestly didn't believe that he was still there. I thought it was like some kind of error, but yeah, I almost got Kittle in the 8th round. I mean, he fell to me at 7 towards the end of the 7th round. Um, I was really, and listen, I haven't really drafted Kittle a ton because he usually goes pretty early. Like I could see around the 5th. I mean, sometimes he goes in the 4th round. This draft, it looks like he's in the 5th and 6th, but I still got him almost or over a full round later. Almost 2 rounds from that one draft later. So I thought that was pretty cool, and I was definitely super psyched about that. All right, so let me see here. Just analyzing which team I like the best. I'm gonna look at the left board first and just see which one is my favorite so far. Just kind of analyze this down here. Man, this is tough. I mean, there are some really good freaking teams off to a great start right now. Some really good teams. My goodness. Whew. All right, I'm starting to see some QBs come off the board. Kind of got some QB runs here in both drafts in round 6. Yeah, Brooklyn. That's what's fun though is we can kind of see which one we like. That's the favorite to start, and then what you do is when we're a lot deeper, probably like rounds 14 or 15. Then we'll tell who our favorite is again to see if that changed from early on, or if we saw another team that really stepped it up in the middle and the second part of the draft that kind of changed our minds on which team we like the best. I always like to do that. To me, it's really fun. All right, so on the left side, I'm gonna have to go with. I'm telling you, Brooklyn, right? Like I like Brooklyn said, I like them all. Let's see here. I'll tell you what. Let me let round 6 finish up. let me let round 6 finish up on the left here, and then I'll make a decision. I just want to give everybody a chance to finish out this round 6. Round 6 is complete on the right side, so maybe I'll start with the right side first, since they're a little bit ahead. My goodness, these are some crazy stacked teams. Holy cow. Whew. Let's see. All right, just gonna say from a quick glance. All right, this is through the first 6 rounds. I'm not counting what they're doing in the 7th round right here. But on your right side so far, my favorite team. I don't necessarily agree with one pick, but I really do like the team in the 5 hole. I'm not very crazy about the Darren Waller pick in the 4th round right there. Man, I feel like if they would have went another wide receiver, even running back right there, like that team by far would have been my favorite. But I still think it is my favorite. I do like the 2 running backs they ended up with, or actually the 3 running backs. And I love the 2 wide receivers up top. Man, but there are some other ones too that are very close. Um, I really like Team 12, what they're putting together over there as well. So I would say those are probably my 2 favorite right now, with others that are super close. This is like Brooklyn said, this is not easy to do right now. But as we're through 6 rounds, I'd say those are probably my 2 favorites right now, with other ones that are super close. All right, on the left side, they still got 2 more picks to make, and then I'll kind of tell them mine. Feel free to give your opinion on which start you got, which team start that you guys like the best too. Kind of want to hit on Debo a little bit too, because a lot of people, I've seen a lot of articles where they're like, some people like are a little down on, or they'll say the guy that they think is going to be bust, and they'll tell reasons why. I'm honestly not expecting Debo to do what he did last year. If I did think that, I would be drafting him in the first round. Um, but I love where his ADP is, to me, is perfect. Like, as long as he settles around that mid second to late second round, I am super comfortable taking him there. All right. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people that don't necessarily like him either, Jay. So, all right. Through the 6th round on the left side. Let's see here. Let's see. Ooh, man, some really freaking good teams here. Yeah, he seems absolutely fine. Though I don't see any indication that he's gonna like miss time or anything. I'd rather it happen now than happen once the season started. So that going to get it out the way. They still have a full 2 weeks before they play a game, so he should be fine. But yeah, I mean, anytime you see somebody having some kind of injury or anything during preseason is definitely not fun. All right, let's see here. Damn, these teams are looking good over here on the left too. My gosh, holy smokes, man! I tell you what, damn, I really like the toe job. I really like toe job's team. on that left side. I really like that team a lot. I like the team right beside him too, to the right side. I just um I'm not sure. I'm not sure I love the Brees Hall pick, but I mean he usually goes earlier than that even, so I don't necessarily blame them for taking him there. He's just not one of my players. Man, there's some really good squads in that draft though. But dang, getting Kelsey with all those receivers, and if Hall does pan out in the second half of the season or whenever he does, that team can be super dangerous right there. Again, some other really good teams. My gosh, it's hard. It really is hard to pick some right there. So right now, I'm gonna go with Toe Job and the team that's two spots to the right there. What is that team name? I can't really see it from up here. Oops, I clicked on the wrong one. Hey, what's up, Fozzie? Toe Job and GMP. Those are probably my two favorites so far. Toe Job's done a really decent job. He got some high risk but decent running backs there to go with those wide receivers. All right, let's see how all this pans out. Fozzie, are you in? Fozzie, you're not in one of these, are you? I can't remember. Are you in one of these drafts tonight? There were a few players that watch the show and stuff that are in this. I can't. Maybe Smash. I think Smash. Maybe Smash is in one of these. All right, so both drafts are we're almost into the eighth round on both drafts. Said no. At the live. Oh, Fozzie, you're doing some in person live drafts right now. All right, so both rounds are completed through 7 rounds. We are about at let's see, we're about 33 minutes in, and both drafts are into the eighth round. That's pretty good on the timeline. Not bad. Nice. So, Fozzie, are those like your home leagues and stuff over there? Those are so much fun. I actually had one yesterday. That's why I wasn't able to stream. Had a really good time. I love the in person, the live drafts are so much fun. Lee, are you still in that home league that you're usually in? All right, let's see here. All right, both like we said, both drafts are in the eighth round. Both drafts have actually caught up with each other. Oh wow, I'm not sure if that one team timed out or something. Yeah, it looks like they timed out. That's not good. Probably might see some kind of adjustment there here in a second. I'm not sure. Pretty positive that team didn't mean to do that. I'm not going to elaborate on it. All right, let's see here. We're inching towards the end of the eighth round. We are racing. Okay, let's see here. All right, so there you go. Let's see. Almost to the end of the eighth round here. Oh, Brooklyn, you're in one. You're in the draft. Okay, nice, Brooklyn. Oh, that's you, Black. Okay. Hey, good luck to you, Black. I love talking with Black in the Discord. Black, you and I, we have a lot of we've been in agreement on a lot of stuff this season. We really have. Yeah, Black, you don't have to tell us what team is yours or anything like that. If you want to keep your stuff hidden, you could tell us like later on if you want, like later on in the rounds. Yeah, yeah, for sure, buddy. Good luck, man. Go crush this stuff. Go kick their butts. Um, he said no ghosting for this one. Am I just freaking blind? Hold on. I didn't see your team on your. Ah, I'm an idiot, Black. There you go. Black 23 invite. Damn. Right there in my face. Sorry, Black. I didn't even catch on to that when I was saying the team names. Damn, I'm telling you, I'm in La La Land right now. All right, round number 8 is almost completed in both. Here, let me look over Black's team too. I'm not gonna talk much on it. Like I said, I don't want to elaborate too much. Damn. Yes. Yes, Black. Very nice team. It really is. I mean, there are definitely some similarities, but there are also some that are just totally different. I mean, this is really freaking fun though. Putting two of these up like this. I mean, this is really fun. I like this a lot. Like seeing the two. All right, we are in round number 9 in both drafts. Round number 9. Oh, nice, Black. Nice. Yeah, I definitely don't think that. I definitely don't think Mike Williams would have even made it back to you in the 4th round there. there's tons. I mean, there's tons of people that are on Gabriel Davis too. So I get it. I really do. Tons of people who are on him. Man, absolutely love the Schultz pick. Man, I mean, Schultz could be so freaking huge, man. Schultz could be so huge. All right, both leagues are in round number 9. All right. Man, okay, these are getting, man, some of these picks are getting way different. Wow. Was the Hard Knocks episode, Lee, was it really good this week? I still haven't even watched it from last Tuesday. I need to go back and watch it. All right, let's see. You didn't think it was very good, Lee? Uh oh. All right, we're about to finish up round 9 on both of these drafts. Sorry, you guys. I'm trying to, out of respect for the players, I'm trying not to talk about so many players right now. It's so hard to like talk about these and there's so many players you want to talk about and just kind of give some information there, but you don't want to mess with the draft either or influence anything. Well, hello, Lee. Why have I not seen your team or heard about your draft or anything? Hello. She's gonna start cussing my ass out in text. Oh my goodness. She's gonna say, "Now who's being sassy, you bastard?" Oh my goodness. Fozzie, were you happy with your draft? All right, we're in round 10 on both leagues here. What draft spot did you have, Fozzie? Lee, what draft spot did you have? Also. Hey, you watch your little dirty emoji mouth over there, Lee. That little mean dirty emoji over there. with the duct tape over his mouth. So you had the fourth pick in yours. Nice. You actually today in that TFC I drafted, I had the ninth pick. Oh, Lee, you had the 12th pick. Dang, the 12th pick can actually end up pretty damn good. Depends on who fought, but it's tough. It's tough from the 1 or the 12. Honestly, I mean, you really have to reach this year because you know good damn well anybody that your top of your top players like there's no oh let me try this and this player will come back. They're not coming back. 20 something picks later, you're not getting any of the players that you wanted coming back. But I tell you what, it does create some interesting teams that sometimes really like blow the hell up, especially in like the TFC format. Because I mean, you just kind of reach for some players that you normally wouldn't have drafted at that spot, and it's like, man, that player really blew up for you, you know. All right, we're almost halfway through on both of these drafts. We got us a little QB run going here in round number 11 on the right, the draft that's on the right hand side. Finishing up round 10 on the left side here. Oh wow, Fozzie, you going ham today. He did two $1,000 entries today and three 300. Fozzie, were those 1K entries on RT or did you do a live big draft like in person live? I only reached on one player and you probably can guess who it was. Hmm. I'm trying to think, Lee. Trying to think. Oh, that's right. Fozzie, you were Fozzie, do you do that every year? Do you kind of travel around a little bit to do different lives in different places? Because you were in St. Louis the other day, weren't you? I think it was you who met up with Christopher and them to go eat barbecue and stuff. Man, that's awesome, Fozzie. It's so hard for me. I mean, so many people have offered to even pay for me. Like, I mean, Rocco's told me like anytime if I ever want to go to Vegas, like I don't have to pay for any like place to stay or anything. My buddy Frankie actually lives in Vegas. He works for Sports Illustrated. So I mean, he's always telling me anytime. It's such a hard time for me to, or would be a hard time. I don't fly, so that's one thing. But then it's such a hard thing to like around this time of year with kids because I have a 4 year old. She started pre-K this year, so she has school. Like they just started school back, and so it's kind of hard to when they're first going back, you're kind of getting in a routine, and plus there's just so much other work with fantasy football, which I love. But it is, I mean, there's just lots of things I have to do. Nice, Fozzie. So Fozzie, do you actually went to like the office of RT Sports? Tell us a little bit about it. Like, how was it over there? Do they like, is their office like in the downtown area, or are they like in a little suburb spot? Or oh, I totally agree, Fozzie. I love this place. This has always been my home website for sure. I'm about 15 years deep in this place, and I've met some lifelong friends. I mean, Lee's one of my best friends from the fantasy football community. Like, I met her here. The guy that I usually play in a lot of leagues with, he's not really playing much this year. But Tyson, Jay's been over here in a bunch of leagues over the years. I mean, so many good friends of mine. Archie, and I mean, those guys were Tyson and Archie. They were at my wedding and stuff. I mean, Rocco, and then DT, of course. All right, we're in round. We're finished through. Actually, we're not. This team draft on the left's going a lot slower. Oh, okay, cool, Fozzie. Yeah, I love you too, J-Bo. Jay's my buddy. But but yeah, we've all been on this site for years, man. It's crazy how much we've all interacted over the years. But in saying what I did earlier about the whole Vegas thing, I used to just kind of completely brush it off, but I really do hope one day that I'm able to go out there and do some of these huge live drafts. I mean, I think it'd be a lot of fun. I don't really gamble. The only gamble I do is I love to play poker. So like, I'm not worried about slot machines or none of that. I don't even care to walk through that stuff. But I do love to play poker. So I mean, that'd be one thing that'd be kind of cool. But my dang anxiety, Vegas is so overwhelming. Just for the normal person, not including a person that has anxiety like I do. So I don't know. I wouldn't be too crazy about hanging out in the city part with a billion people and all that kind of type of stuff, but it would be cool to go to some of these drafts. Yeah, exactly, Fozzie, and that's what would be cool for me too. Getting to put a face with a, even though I am going to try to bridge that gap too. I do plan on having a lot of you guys um, on the stream for sure. We're gonna start doing some Zoom calls too, and setting up some groups of people to kind of talk about things. We'll do that in season two. It's probably gonna end up being more of that. I do too. Jeremy, what I would love to see, I would love to see RT do something somewhere this way, like towards east, because that a lot of those people go to Vegas, which is fine. I would love to see one of the bigger sites like RT do something that's like over this way. What would really be awesome is if one of these places would do something like at the beach, like down in Florida and like the Panhandle or something, like on in Destin or somewhere around Gulf Shores or Orange Beach. I mean, it would be so much freaking fun down there to do some drafts, like, and you'd be on the beach and stuff. That'd be so much fun. All right, so we're in round 12 in one of the drafts, and we're in round 13 on one of the other ones. Over halfway full. Oh yeah, you better bring your A game every time you sign up for a draft here. Excuse me. Sorry about that. Let's see here. Oh wow, there's a 2 round difference. All right, so Derek Carr goes in round 10. Excuse me, I'm so sorry. Goes in round 10 on the right side's draft, and he goes in round 12 on this other draft. Rogers goes in round 12 versus round 11. Let's see here. I guess it looks like J.D. McKissick's moved up the board a little bit with the news of that one, or the Brian Robinson news earlier. These teams are battling it out right now. Some really good teams on here. Coming up on about an hour for this draft so far, and we are middle of round 13 in one of these, and we're almost finished up with round 12 on the other. These drafts are moving along pretty well, both leagues. As you can see, a lot of different stuff going on in each one of these drafts. Same format, same exact league, overall league here for these both of these drafts here. If you weren't on earlier, this is a pro RTFFC Invitational League. I think they wanted you to be a top. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat. I believe this is you had to be a top 500 player to be invited to this draft. So this was an invite only draft to some of the top 500 players. 72 teams total who signed up for each 12 team individual league. And like I said, you are competing in your individual league through, I believe it's round 14. They'll be identified. You'll have your league champion for each 12 team league, and then you'll go into the RTFFC championship side for weeks 15, 16, and 17. Um, where at that point you'll be playing for $17,500, which is just insane that you can win that much money off of a $500 entry fee. I'm telling you guys right now, if they offer these on a 250 price point next year, I mean, no joke. I mean, there's no telling how many of these damn things I'll be in. Because I love the extra flex. I love the 10 starters versus 9. It's really just my favorite roster or starting lineup requirement. It's definitely my favorite. I love the deeper drafts. Yes, very good payout. And the odds are the odds are so much more in your favor too. I mean, 72 total teams you're competing against. And even if you don't win the overall, I mean, it still pays out other positions in the championship rounds. Plus, you still get paid out for your individual 12 team league as well for league champion. I want to say it pays first and second place as far as your individual 12 team leagues. So that's also really cool. So lots of money that can be made on these right here. Another player that I've seen kind of going up the boards a little bit is Raheem Moster. He looked pretty good in limited carries the other day, but he did look really healthy. It's just all about health with all about health for him. I miss that he's not in San Francisco anymore. I'm a 49ers fan, but I am glad that he's going to get a chance to be successful. And he's going to he's with a familiar coach that knows him very well too. So we'll see how that all pans out. I think we're all in agreement, and I still think that Chase Edmonds will end up to be the one to do. Yeah, the regular RTFFC is awesome. I mean, you can win $10,000 on those for um, $250 entry. So very good payouts on both of these leagues. So one thing I will tell you guys about earlier is I don't want to say I got completely screwed, but there was some quarterback. I'm pretty sure the players were watching the board because they just went absolutely insane on the QBs. They were trying to. I feel like they were trying to block me from getting any decent quarterback. So, but I still think I ended up pretty well. I ended up with or actually let me wait on that because I don't. Some of those QBs are still on the board. Like I said, I'm not trying to influence anything y'all, so I apologize. Like I said, it's so dang hard to talk about some of these because you just got to be trying to be respectful here of the other players in these drafts. All right, so we know that Black 23 is with us here in the chat. That's drafting one of these. Anybody else here in the chat that's in one of these leagues? I'm almost positive Smash is one of these teams. Maybe I'm wrong. I know AC is in. He's in Aaron's in my draft. Our draft is going to be Friday. Ours will be Friday, and like I said, I'm not sure if I'm going to stream that. I'm really hoping that Jeff Power does, but if he doesn't, I might just say screw it and draft. I'm just definitely going to be paying attention, to my drafts. So there just won't be as much content as normal, but I still might put it up there. If for some reason he's not able to stream that draft, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. All right. We are in round 15 on the right side draft, and we are at the beginning of round 14 in the one on the left here. Don't forget, everybody. Don't forget. Brooklyn says you can't go live. You have to focus. No, I mean I agree. I really don't think I'm going to. But I did. I mean, the only thing I'll say is I did. I mean, it could just be one of those things where I'm just not talking quite as much and I'm paying attention to things. And I'll just put the board up and I'll just talk. I'll just do a little talking in between picks. It's honestly not that it's really not that complicated. I'm pretty used to streaming. I've been streaming for about 7 years now, so um, I've kind of gotten a little comfortable with this setup I have now too. So it gets a little easier as I get used to it. But I don't know. I might be in a different mindset Friday, like because it is a lot of money on the line. I definitely don't want to bomb my draft, which I don't think I will. But yeah. I mean, I'll be prepared. I've done enough drafts. Like I'm prepared already. So. I just would feel bad because what's up, Irish? Irish number one. Irish, are you in one of these or was yours yesterday? You've probably told me 15 times now, Irish. I'm sorry, but yeah, Irish number one. Yo yo yo. Okay, Irish, you're in one of these right now. My gosh, did I say your damn team name too? And I didn't even. Let me see, Irish. Okay, you're under a different name right now, Irish. Okay, Irish. If you wanna share your team name, since you guys are a little deeper in both of these, you can. I'm not really talking many players right now, so that's kind of up to you. All right, we are about to finish up round 15 for the draft that's on the right side. The left side is about to complete round 14. We are a. Is it really? What the hell is going on with me? Am I blind? I'm telling you, no joke, guys. I might need damn glasses. I'm an idiot. I swear, you're in the same one as Black. I even said the damn team names. Like I need to go like drink a damn shot or take some Adderall or something. Damn. I'm not focused in on these damn team names. Goodness grief. Irish said Irish said I'm letting it all hang out. Damn, Irish. All right, you and Black both are doing a very good job in this draft, by the way. You and Black are both doing a fantastic job. Woohoo! Happy birthday to Irish and many more. That's right, Brooklyn. I support this channel. Amen to that. You got that right. I can't wait for the day to where when I go live, there's like 100+ people that are going to be in this chat. I cannot wait for that. Where there's just so many comments going, so much chatter going, and all these things. I'm really trying to build all these platforms right now. I'm really trying to build up I need to record some TikTok videos actually when I get off air, to finish up or to go to put numbers 5 and 4 from that content the other day. Hey, listen, when you guys get a chance, I really, 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 really want to know from you guys I want to know what kind of what do you guys want me to stream? Like, what would be helpful to not only you guys but just to the general population of drafters right now? What would be important? What should we break down? Like, I broke down my top 10 wide receivers from rounds 3 through 6. What would be something else we could do um, that you guys want to hear about or want to see right now before the season starts? Because I've only got about it's probably only enough time to do one more like full content as far as content goes, because I am going to be streaming a lot of those the rest of the, or not the rest, but some of those other invitation drafts too. There's only 2 more of those, and I'm not sure if I'm doing mine or not. Jeff might end up doing both of those. I have no clue yet. But besides, dance on TikTok while you talk about our teams, right? Listen, and Irish, I'm trying to get follows. I'm not trying to get people to just keep scrolling. So I'm not sure how much dancing I'll be doing on there. Probably keep the dancing to a limit. Yes, I agree. Reviewing these are good, but I also want to have streams with content. Because I really love doing the content too. All right, Jay says top 10 wide receivers around 7 through 10. I mean, hell, that would be a hell of a that'd be a good one to have too, no doubt. It's true. It's true. I mean, we really are coming up on the season. Yeah, the different strategies. I feel like I feel like I might have to save that for next season, Irish. Because I mean, I'm next year. Like, I'm hoping everything's cool. Like, we're able to work out the details or whatever. But I'm sure we will. Next year, I plan on starting a hell of a lot earlier. So there's gonna be so much damn content. Like I plan on starting. I'll probably have my first like stream around the draft and just like talk to everybody, and then like after the draft happens, we find out where all the players went and all that stuff. Then I might go, full blown like getting right into stuff. There'll be so many adjustments made though from that time up until training camp and all those things as well. So um, there'll be a lot more content as far as that kind of stuff is what I'm trying to say next year. Oh my gosh. Irish said live stream the Irish Invitational in Vegas next year in my penthouse. Damn, Irish, you got a penthouse out there? What in the world? All right, we are finishing out round number 15, and on the left side, and we are in round 17 on the right. We are about an hour 11 minutes into these drafts. Or are you talking about the penthouse that you're going to rent out for all of us Irish? Goodness grief, 1,800 square feet. My goodness. That's awesome, man. That is awesome. All right, we are getting deeper and deeper here. two Cleveland two Cleveland wide receivers off the board at the same time in the draft. That was funny. Irish said he needed 1,800 square feet to stretch out a little bit. You aren't staying in one of those penthouses with a damn bowling alley, are you, Irish? You aren't one of those kind of jerks, are you? Honestly, that'd be so freaking awesome to have a damn bowling alley in your penthouse. My gosh, that'd be so much fun. I'd probably sit there and bowl half the day. That would be a lot of fun. Irish said sometimes, if I'm in the mood for bowling. Oh my goodness, I do too. Bowling is a lot of fun. All right, we're about to round out round number 17 on the right side here. Only 3 rounds left in that one, and we're about to run to the end of round 16 on the left side. We got 4 rounds, a little over 4 rounds left on there. Yeah, I mean, I don't bowl 300 or anything like that, but after I warm up about 2 games, 2 or 3 games, I'm pretty consistently around like the 200s, which is pretty good. But I'm definitely not one of those anywhere near 250, and I'm not consistent 200s either. I mean, there'll be some 150s in there too. So, but I really do enjoy it. Irish said, "Let's do bumper bowling." All right, Fozzie. Hey, good luck to you. With a gambling, buddy. I hope you crush it. Hit one of those jackpots, man. Hey, thanks for stopping in, Fozzie. It's really cool, man, that you're at the casino and hanging out with us. We appreciate it, bud. Thanks a lot. Make sure to like the video Make sure if you guys are watching, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And make sure to like the video, everybody. That's right, Irish. There's actually a friend of ours, of mine and Jay's in the sports community. His name's Dan. He is. I mean, I look at his Facebook all the time, and he is incredible. I mean, he bowls 300 sometimes, but he averages like around 270 plus, and I'm like, damn. I mean, that is some incredible bowling skills right there. So I've never taken like lessons um or anything like that. I mean that's insanely good to bowl that kind of average though. My goodness. Hey, thanks, Fozzie. I appreciate it, buddy. You are the man. All right, we are in the beginning of the 17th round on the left side here, and we're about to round out round number 18 for the right side. Let's go, baby. Yeah. Guess I can turn this TV off now with the game's over. All right, so we'll start looking through some of these teams as we're getting into a lot of defense kicker areas now. So some really good teams here. Really good teams. So we'll start with our left side. They're in round 17. Team one did a fairly good job here. We both kind of talked about in the chat the Jalen Hurts pick. I think was a little early, but again, you're not. I mean, if that's the player you like, if you're on the ends, you're gonna have to reach for certain players. So I mean, if that player that's over that team feels like Hurts is obviously they have Hurts really high, then I'm not for sure that Hurts would have made it back. I think that he would, especially with the quarterbacks that went in the sixth round there coming back to him. But um, you got to reach, like I said, on those. Um, really try to stack the Eagles here with Goddard and AJ Brown. So I mean, could pay off. They should be a high-powered offense this year. Kadarius Toney has a lot of high risk, high reward, which is what you need. James Robinson, the Jacoby Myers pick. Cole Kmet in the 11th is pretty solid. Um, let's see, Jamal Williams. You got Fields, Winston, and Hurts. Don't really think you needed three quarterbacks there, especially if you're taking Hurts. I mean, how many times are you going to bench Hurts for Fields or Winston? So that's something to think about there. Zay Jones and Van Jefferson. So not bad for Team One. It's tough. I'm telling you on the ends of these drafts. The second team: Cup, Andrews, Connor, Cooks, Godwin, Pollard, Murray, Olave, Lockett, Robinson Jr., not Russell Wilson, Garrett Wilson, Gesicki, Marvin Jones, Mark Ingram, Darrell Williams. All right, this team here again, not bad. Pretty balanced team, I'd say. A little stronger on the wide receiver side, but you're gonna be. I mean, you got to pick your poison, so I get it. Not a bad team, just not my favorite team. We'll move on to I don't know if this is the real Chad or the fake Chad, but McCaffrey, Aaron Jones, Evans, McLaren, Metcalf, Lamar, Hawkinson. He has Woods, Melvin Gordon, Burks, Dobbs, Gage, MVS, Christian Watson, McKinnon, Chuba Hubbard, and Higbee. Again, another team that's pretty balanced. Um, some players there that I'm not really on either, but to each their own. Did a pretty good job. I like the DK pick there in the 5th round. I think that's a good spot for DK. Hawkinson's is definitely a good pick there in the 7th. Love the Robert Woods pick as well. Traylon Burks, I just don't know what to think about him. I haven't really drafted him at all season. Not sure if he's going to be a guy that produces any at all this year, but maybe, injuries do happen, or maybe he starts getting it and improves a lot more in practice and stuff, and he could be a second half player. I think everybody loves the Dobbs upside. Russell Gage, I feel like, is really going to be sneaky. Have another great season, even with a Julio addition. I think that's just really a it just kind of made Gage a better value in my opinion. Christian Watson there, I kind of see what he's doing there with the Dobbs pick too. He's trying to land some heaters a little late there. McKinnon, not a bad team. Actually, a pretty overall solid team. All right, we'll move on to the next one. Eckler, Tyreek Hill, Pittman, A.J. Dillon, Pierce, Judy, Kirk, Harris, Lance Hines, Palmer, McKenzie, Njoku, Benjamin, Evan Ingram, Brevin Jordan. This team's pretty cool. Don't necessarily agree with some of the wide receivers you took. I'm not sure about the Pierce love there on in the 5th round, but hell, it looks like that's where he's going to end up going for right now in that area. And he does look pretty damn good. So hopefully health wise and we'll see how he looks and they look versus first team defenses coming up for the regular season. I really do like the Christian Kirk pick right there though. Getting Trey Lance in the 9th is really cool too. Did a great job wrapping up Palmer and McKenzie there. So this team is going to be pretty solid, I think, especially if he hits on Pierce. So nice job drafting there. Toe job with JJ, Lamb, Keenan Allen, Waddle, Jacobs and Penny, Antonio Gibson, Ertz, Dak, Walker the Third, DJ Shark, Algier. We've got White, Zamir White, Wandell, Matt Ryan, Everett, and Peoples Jones. I think Toe Job did a very good job with this, especially after taking 4 wide receivers. We'll see what happens with the Gibson situation. That can be a total bomb there. We all know Penny is high risk, high reward, but he took him in the 6th round, so that if Penny hits, this team could really do some damage. With those wide receivers, he was still able to land Ertz as well in the 8th round. So decent quarterback too with Dak Prescott. Did a great job of picking up some really good high upside running backs. A little later, love the DJ Shark pick. I have Wandell Robinson probably in almost 85% of my leagues, so I really think that could pay off huge this season as well. So nice job, Toe Job. Definitely one of the teams that I like. All right, next team up, we have Najee, Debo, Zeke, Deontay, Marquise Brown, Bateman, Edmonds, Renfro, Brady, Henderson, Frymuth, Carr, Henry, Gallup, Anderson. This team here is pretty solid too. If Zeke's decent, even if he's just decent, if you can get 235 plus out of Zeke, this team's going to be really well. I feel. I like the receiving core that you have there, with a mixture of some PPR guys there, and then you got some burners. Edmonds in the 7th there at a really, really good value. I love the Renfro pick in the 8th where he fell to you there. I feel like that's a damn good spot to get him. I feel like you got very lucky he landed there for you. But nice pick on Renfro. Let's see. Darrell Henderson. I love the Frymuth pick too. Kind of backed it up there with QB. I'm not mad at the double quarterbacks there because you waited some rounds. I get it with Brady. You're getting Carr there too. Very nice job with that. Again, getting another pretty good tight end in the 13th round in Hunter Henry. Gallup looks like he's gonna be able to get back sooner than later, and I like Robbie Anderson with the Baker Mayfield edition. This team's pretty solid. Not a bad job either. Irish, very, very good job there. I really like this team too. And like I said, if Zeke hits, this team can be super dangerous because I love the wide receivers that you did land there. as well. And I think Edmonds is a huge boost for this team too, getting him in around. You really were kind of in a sweet spot, Irish. I would say you had some players that really fell nicely to you there. So nice job to you, Irish. All right, we're moving on to the next one. Jamar Chase, Kelsey, DJ Moore, Robinson, Brees Hall, Herbert, Cordarrelle. Yes, sir, Irish. Thank you. Kareem Hunt, Pickens, Pacheco, Dotson, Khalil Herbert, Alec Pierce, Mike Davis, Kyron Williams, Jeff Wilson. This team really started off insanely well. I'm really not a huge fan of Brees Hall at all. I have a very, very low percentage of owning him. I just didn't like his ADP. He has been falling, so the fifth round is not quite as bad. I mean, he's been going as early as the third round in a lot of drafts. Especially about 3 weeks ago, 2, 3 weeks ago, he was consistently going third around that 3-4 turn right there. So getting him in the fifth is a little better. Getting Justin Herbert in the sixth, not bad. I'm just not a fan of some of these other running backs that you took. Pickens, I think, could turn into something big there for you. I love the Pacheco pick in the 10th. That definitely makes up for some of the other picks there. Dotson's got a lot of upside. I just don't. I'm not sure that there's going to be multiple wide receivers in that offense that will have enough production to make it worth. But I mean, in the 11th round, it's definitely worth a shot. Love the Khalil Herbert pick. A kind of similar situation with same thing I said with Dotson about Pierce. That team is really balanced with Taylor and the running backs. They want to control the clock. So I'm not sure how much production at other wide receivers other than Pittman in that offense. Mike Davis, I've seen the news with he's probably going to be the early backup until Gus Edwards is able to get back. Not a bad job. I do like the Jeff Wilson pick too. So not my favorite team, but not a terrible team either. All right, let's go to Black's team. Dalvin Cook, Javonte Williams, Mike Williams, Gabriel Davis, Thielen Schultz, London, Steve Ramondre, Sky Moore, Madison, Rashad White, Rogers, Hardman, Osborne, Foreman, Watson, Zach Moss, and Taysom Hill. I gotta say, Black, I really do like this team. One pick that I probably wouldn't have done, but a lot of people believe in him, so I'm not mad at you at all. The Gabriel Davis pick for me, I personally would have went somewhere else with that, but again, I am not mad at you at all. I think yeah, I mean, it's just that's a hard situation. It'd be very hard for me to pass up on Deontay, and Allen Robinson versus Gabriel Davis. But if that's your guy, I mean, you do your thing. I love the rest of your wide receivers though. I love Thielen in the next round. Schultz was so huge for this team. You still landed him in the sixth, so I really think Schultz is going to be massive for this team. You got super solid running backs that are going to catch a lot of passes early in the rounds. I love Ramondre. Sky Moore has a ton of upside and one of the best offenses in the league. You did a damn good job getting Madison there, backing up Dalvin. So you locked up that offense with running back. Rashad White can be someone that pays off big in that high-powered offense. Getting Rodgers in the 12th is still an absolute steal. Miko with Sky Moore, I feel like definitely you're gonna nail one of those out of one of those two. I kind of think that was your thinking there too. Landon Osborne. You kind of backed up your wide receivers there. I like it. I've done that in some of my drafts too. Very smart draft here. I feel like you really paid attention to what you were doing there. Deonta Foreman, another super solid backup. We know CMC has had a lot of injury stuff lately. This is definitely one of my favorite teams, Black. So a damn good job there drafting this one. Very solid draft overall. I would say a very good job. Definitely one of my top. I would say one of my top 3 favorite teams for sure. All right, to the next one. Swift, Adams, Pitts, Sutton, Dobbins, Mahomes, CH, Miles Sanders, Claypool, McKissick, Parker Jones, Fant, Lawrence, TDP, David Bell, Bucks defense, Prater and Kanyon. Not mad at this team. I'm not a fan of a lot of players that they took, but they did keep some decent balance to the team. I'm just not a fan of a lot of the wide receivers taken on this team at all. I do like the J.K. Dobbins pick in the 5th. That's pretty solid. Um, Pitts, for me, is just so hard to take in the 3rd, but again, a lot of people are on him. I mean, hell, he runs like a freaking wide receiver, so I'm not mad at that pick either, but just something that I wouldn't do personally. Overall, team's not bad as far as balance, just a lot of players on this team that I would not have taken. Overall, not a bad strategy the way you balanced it, just not a fan of a lot of the picks. All right, next one: Henry, Barkley, Higgins, Josh Allen, Kittle, Cooper, Singletary, Devontae Smith, Boyd, Carter, Irv Smith, Cousins, Landry, Spiller, Hillard, Galladay, and down. This team could be pretty decent. You got 2 stud running backs. If Saquon can stay healthy, I think Henry's going to be just fine and get back to eating like he usually does. T. Higgins there in the 3rd. I feel like kind of drop T there was nice for that team. Yes, sir, Black. Kittle in the 5th. Josh Allen in the 4th. Not bad. Cooper, Amari Cooper there as your 2nd wide receiver. I'm not too crazy about that. But getting Singletary as your 3rd running back on the team, that's pretty damn good. Devontae Smith, I think, could be a solid wide receiver where he's at. Tyler Boyd, we'll see what happens with that. Still should be able to get enough production for a 9th round pick. Michael Carter, for now, it looks like he will be the starter. We'll see how well he does for the overall picture in the year. Really would have liked to seen you go another wide receiver running back there over Irv Smith. But I mean, Irv Smith could turn into be actually decent for once this year. I'm not a fan of him. The dude's always hurt and just never seems like they can get him to do right on it. Love the Kirk Cousins pick, although I mean you're only going to start him literally one week out of the year. I don't see how any week out of the season you would start Cousins over Josh Allen. I'm really not a big fan of drafting even a 2nd quarterback. If you draft Josh Allen, Mahomes, or Herbert, one of those guys, I mean, you're really just wasting a pick. At this point, I would say unless you're drafting any backup quarterback after round, let's say 16, I feel like you're really wasting a pick. If you have one of the top 3 quarterbacks, you're literally wasting a pick on a 2nd quarterback there. Not sure. I mean, Spiller could be huge. He's the 3rd or 4th running back on the depth chart, though. Love the Hillard pick. We'll see what Galladay does. So overall, not terrible balance. Just I'm not sure about your wide receivers there, and I really think you could have shorted up a little better there without the Irv Smith and Kirk Cousins picks there. But we'll see. Could be a strong pick if your running back stay healthy. All right. Kamara, Fournette, ETN, St. Brown, Waller, Michael Thomas, Hopkins, Ayuk, Gainwell, James Cook, Stafford, Collins, Tua, McPherson, Abdullah, Likely Hooper, and so on. Again, running back heavy here. You got a lot of could be a huge PPR situation with Kamara and ETN. Not mad at it. I'm not sure if I would have taken St. Brown there, but still not a bad pick. Actually, I might have in the 4th round. That's not terrible. But I think I would have taken some of the other guys over him, especially as my 1, but still not super terrible. Really would have liked to have seen this team not go for Waller here and get another wide receiver at that point, but still was able to land Michael Thomas, just super high risk, but definitely a ton of reward there. Then you got Hopkins, who's going to miss the first 6 games of the season on top of the risky Thomas pick there. I'm not sure I like that. You got Brandon Ayuk. That's a solid pick. Love the Gainwell, James Cook. We'll see what happens. Solid at quarterback. Love the Nico Collins pick. That's a good pick late. Amir Abdullah. Not a bad team, just not my favorite team. But if the wide receivers hit, if Michael Thomas does what we think he can do, I mean that team's going to be dangerous right there. And in the 12th hole, we have Mixon, Diggs, Montgomery, Akers, Juju, Elijah Mitchell, Burrow, Lazard, Knox, Rondell Moore, Mostert, Wilson, Tolbert, Paris Campbell, Carlson, Marlon Mack. Pretty solid team. Again, wish this team would have got some more wide receivers. Definitely not a fan of Joe Burrow in the 7th at all. I do not like that pick one bit. I think that's too early. Um, I'm not sure that I like the Juju Smith-Schuster pick either in the 5th round. I feel like that he definitely would have possibly could have gotten him in the next round. Coming back, but I don't know, maybe not. You do have to reach still in the end, so I get that. Dawson Knox lent it to you there in the 9th round. That was a nice pick. Just would have liked to see this team take a few more chances on wide receivers in certain spots. Especially there with the Burrow pick, there were some solid wide receivers left, and you still could have ended up with a solid QB. A little later, somebody like Stafford, Wilson, Rodgers, somewhere in that area. I'm not really thinking that Burrow is going to outscore any of those guys I just named by very many points. So I feel like you could have got a lot more at wide receiver there, versus going Burrow there. It could have made your team a lot more. I want to say safer. I think is the word, or made me feel a little more confident in it. But go with your players, go with your heart. I like it. All right, so that'll round up that review for that draft. I don't think anybody's in here as far as this next one, so I'm not going to spend too much time on that. I'll just tell you guys a couple of the teams that I do like over there on that side. Um, I'm a big fan of the where did it go? Let me find that team. Dang, where did it go? And I really feel like that team, that stats team with Barkley Camaro on the right hand side, I really feel like that team could have had an insane opportunity, but man, they really bombed on the running backs that they took are just absolutely terrible. Um, Davis Price, I mean, that dude could be like the 6th or 5th running back on the team right now. I have no idea. He didn't look strong during any preseason games either. So I'm not a fan of that pick at all, especially not as your 3rd running back on your team. Boston Scott is intriguing, but again, I just feel like he could have done a lot better. Not a fan of Mike Davis at all. I mean, he showed that he's completely washed up. And Gus Edwards will be back, I would say within the first few weeks of the season. And once he's back, I mean, I think he's overwhelmingly going to be um, J.K. Dobbins' backup. McKinnon, I'm okay with that one, and it's the 15th round. Um, you didn't need Rondell Moore, so I feel like this team kind of got lost a little bit in just kind of what they were doing, and I feel like they kind of struggled with identifying some really good running backs there, especially after Komet there with the Rondell Moore. You didn't need Rondell Moore for this team. I mean, you can only start 4 receivers, and you have 2 extra studs. Christian Kirk, you have Devontae Smith, so it's going to be hard for Rondell Moore to even find your starting lineup. I just really would have liked to see you went to try to find another running back there. And again, I'm just not a fan of a lot of these running backs that was taken. That team had a huge opportunity there with the wide receivers that they took, and I just feel like they kind of ruined that opportunity there with these running backs. I'm not mad at the Russell Wilson pick. Komet's a really good value there, so just wish. And I will say this: I do like the Joshua Kelly pick. I'll give you credit for that, but not a fan of those other running backs at all with that team. Um, and if something happens with Saquon or Kamara, that team's going to struggle big time. Because, like I said, you can only start 4 of those guys. So, all right, let me try to identify a couple of other teams here before I get off. Really like what the 3 hole did here. This team could be pretty dangerous. Justin Jefferson, James Conner, and ETN. You got a lot of PPR there. St. Brown with Marquise Brown. Interesting. Landon Ramondre, another good PPR situation. I love the Schultz pick in the 7th. Antonio Gibson could pay off. James Robinson it ended up backing up Gibson. I absolutely love the way they did that in the 10th there. Matthew Stafford in the 11th. Now, see, this team right here is really stacked. I love it. And you went super upside here, grabbing a lot of the rookies with wide receivers to try to land some more huge opportunities for production there in Dobbs, Garrett Wilson, Christian Watson, and Jamison Williams. And you got you a wide receiver 3 in that Vikings offense, and Osborne. Higbee is a second tight end. Absolutely love the balance. This is definitely one of my favorite teams of this draft. And did such a good job with the balance. So great job there. I'm not sure if you are watching this, but team number 3 there is a very solid, very well-rounded team. In my opinion, lots of players on this team. Super smart draft. I really do like that one a lot. Team 2 is going to be insanely dangerous if they hit on some of those running backs, and if Hopkins comes back and does his thing. The one hole is so tough, but they did a pretty good job here. Got some flyers there at running back too, so I'm not mad at it. Just not a lot of players that I like. See, but yeah, that's kind of where I'm at on these teams. That Cooper Kupp Debo team is still very intriguing to me. Also landed some other really nice wide receivers. I'm not a fan of a lot of the running backs that they took there. They did take Sermon and Jeff Wilson, so that makes me like it a little better to back up Mitchell. I'm not sure I don't think Haskins is even the backup. I don't like the Marlon Mack pick at all. There's a lot of people that do like Marlon Mack. I'm just not one of those people. I mean, even if he is the one, like I just don't. I think his upside is just limited by the offense and just him in general. Philip Lindsay, all right, I'm not mad at that pick either. Not a terrible team. Again, just one of those teams that started off really hot through the first 3 picks. This team, I feel like, could have been so much better with a start that it had, but just kind of went in different directions. But all right, guys, that's the review. I've been on for almost 2 hours now, so I'm gonna cut the stream. Thanks a lot, guys. I hope you all enjoyed this. These were 2 invitational leagues. From the $500, you had to be a top 500 player on RT Sports to even get the invite. These were $500 RTFFC Pro Invitational Leagues brought to you by Real Time Fantasy Sports. The show is also sponsored by Draft Hero, the best fantasy tool to use for your fantasy football drafts. So you can always read in the description of these videos. I have promo codes if you want to sign up for RT Sports. Make yourself an account. You get a 50% instant match bonus on your first deposit. You also get 30% off your total purchase from Draft Hero as well using my link. So check that out. The link to follow our TikTok is also on there. We'll be putting content out over there as well. Hey, thanks a lot, Black. I appreciate it. Hope you guys enjoyed the show tonight. Just a little quick review and 2 boards going at one time was a lot of fun. I'll update you guys as soon as I know when the next stream will be. It'll be coming up sometime this week. Good luck to you guys in the invitational. But I hope I beat you all. And I hope I win the overall. So, yeah, I'm going to be greedy like that. But seriously, good luck to your drafts. I know a lot of you have a ton of them coming up this week. So, hope to see you guys in the drafts. Good luck to you all. And I'll see you all in the next stream. You guys take care, and we'll see you on the next show. Be on the lookout for the next show, The Fantasy Cure. Hey, y'all have a great week. Good night, everybody.